and all of you please be attentive. Suppose this is a spring, this is a mass. Just talk about phase. Tell me if this mass is here, K is spring constant, it is fixed, frictionless. If I give this mass a velocity V0 at the equilibrium position, the motion is starting from the equilibrium position. What is the initial phase?
Zero.
What will be the phase after time t? Omega t. Omega, you know how to find for this. What is omega? Under root k by m. We learned to find omega in the last class. So root k by m into t plus initial phase. Initial phase is 0 because it is starting from the equilibrium position. Initial phase could have been pi also, 0 or pi, because for both it will be at the equilibrium position. But since I have chosen this direction to be positive, then this is 0, phase is 0, phi is initial phase is 0. If I ask you, suppose instead of leaving the body from here, I left the body from extreme position. Please tell me, what will be the initial phase if I leave it from here? At rest. Tell me. The body is stretched and left from here. What is the initial phase? Pi by 2. Now this body starts coming back and reached here. And it is moving in this direction. What is the phase now?
Pi by 2 plus t. Omega t.
At the equilibrium position. Pi. And when it reaches the left extreme position, now what is the phase?
3 pi by 2.
3 pi by 2. When it again comes back here, what is the phase?
0.
2 pi, 2 pi. It has completed full oscillation. So you have to move from 0 to 2 pi, 0 to 2 pi, 0 to 2 pi. 2 pi के बाद again 0 count करना है और फिर से. Are you clear? 0 or 2 pi is one and the same thing. Now have you understood how to relate the position of a body with phase? Do you understand the meaning? If this is a pendulum and I have defined anti-clockwise angle to be positive, please tell me, I'll take it to an extreme position theta naught and I leave it. Tell me what is the initial phase. It is at this extreme position. Anti-clockwise angle is positive. Please tell me what is the initial phase if I take it to extreme left and leave it. Pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2?
3 pi by 2.
Exactly. Because if the motion was supposed to start from here, then it was 0. Then it will go to this extreme because we have taken anti-clockwise to be positive. And at the extreme position, this would have been pi by 2. Then it comes back. And when it is going in this direction, it is pi. And then it reaches this extreme, then it is 3 pi by 2. And then it comes back here, it is 2 pi. So basically you have to understand how any SHM can be the phase. What is the meaning of phase? Phase is like from where is the motion beginning. So it is not necessary that the extreme SHM always has to begin from equilibrium position or extreme position. It can begin from any point. You can define any point as the beginning point. So once you define any other point, there will be some initial phase. So if a body is moving in a circle, it is not necessary that if this is the reference line for the circular motion, that the body will start from here only. The body might start from here. And if it starts from here, then this is the initial angle which it already has traveled. So that is called initial phase. If the body starts from here, this is the initial phase. So same way in SHM, initially the body may not be at equilibrium position, and that will accordingly can be explained in terms of phase. Okay, so I have tried to make you clear about phase. Now, in a simple harmonic motion, please try to understand. Let's do one or two good questions of SHM. There is another method, energy method, where, now just understand this. We know in case of an SHM, there are two possibilities. One is that the net force is equal to minus K into X. This equation is surely representing simple harmonic. Now, if this is the case, then there are two. The thing is, mathematically we can just write acceleration is equal to minus K dash X, and we know we can solve this equation further and get the general solution. Now please understand, when we have a simple harmonic motion and I have, now we'll come to superimposition of SHMs. This chapter is very, very important for waves chapter also and alternating current chapters also. And this phase thing should be crystal clear to all of you. Now, so when we have this as an SHM, either acceleration should be linearly proportional to x, oppositely directed, or net force, both are the same. Now, if I ask you, I was about to do something which is like superimposition of two SHMs, but I will come to that. Yeah, if suppose the net force is only this, then it is SHM. Now suppose there is a dissipative medium. For example, I give you a spring, I give you a mass, and I tell you this surface is not frictionless. Now what will happen to SHM? Suppose I have given it some velocity, what will happen? It will go to some extreme, come back. Will it go same amplitude on the other side, or it will be lesser? Lesser. And then it will keep decreasing and finally stop. Such motions are called damped oscillations. क्या बोलते हैं उनको?
Damped oscillations.
Right. Damped oscillations are when the medium has viscous forces or friction. Air friction is also there. If we take care, generally all viscous forces are proportional to velocity. Generally, all kind of viscous forces, be it a viscosity force inside water or air, all viscous forces are generally proportional to velocity. The faster the object is moving, the more the friction force is there. So if you have viscous forces, then you have damped oscillations, but damped oscillations is not in your IIT JEE syllabus. Please understand this. It is there in your NCERT, it is there in your CBSE syllabus. But in IIT JEE syllabus, damped oscillations is not a part of your IIT JEE syllabus. So I will not go into depth, but you will have that. Like the simple thing is, net force, when you will find, will be SHM, this kind of spring force will be there, minus kx. But at the same time, there will be another force which will be not necessarily opposing, it will be opposing velocity. So velocity is towards right, it will be opposite to velocity, left. So minus kv, k dash v. This is k1, this is k2. Now if we solve this differential equation, then we'll get the equation of that. Again, this is a complicated second order differential equation. See this, F divided by mass is acceleration. So acceleration is this. I can say this is k1 and this is k2. Basically after dividing by mass. And now this is what? d2x by dt square. And this is a second order differential equation. And this is dx by dt. Now this is a proper second order differential equation. And when you will solve this, you will get the equation for damped oscillations. But this is for your boards, not for IIT at all. Whatever. So it is not a part of IIT JEE syllabus, so I am skipping this. But you should be aware what are damped oscillations. So damped oscillations are oscillations which have viscous forces or friction forces where energy is not conserved, energy is being lost due to the viscous forces, and slowly the oscillations are getting damped. Damped matlab oscillations are dying, damping effect, and this is called damped oscillation. So I have just introduced you qualitatively to what are damped oscillations, and if once you will become strong in your maths, you will know how to solve this differential equation and you will know the solution to this also.